He is Lord. He has risen from the dead. He is Lord. Every knee shall bow, every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is.
Songs of praise and thanksgiving as family and friends gather to celebrate the life of Elvis Koku Kwashie, former general manager of Joy Brands, who joined his maker exactly a year ago.
Jesus Christ is all your right, all your right, all your right. What's all if you're all your right? Cause your Jenny Abekoto, Sechema Bepemaka, said Jesus, all your right.
The family will remember him for his unique character and attitude.
Sometimes, perhaps today, God will say to you, this night your soul shall be required of you. So prepare to meet your God, O friends. So when Elvis started working, his character and attitude was so unique. We as a family, we are still mourning Elvis. Tears are still falling down our eyes. And I cannot say that this will stop tomorrow or the day after. But we are still believing and trusting God that he whom we believe in will surely see us through. Everyone in the family is crying for Elvis because he has done so much for us. When you're down, Elvis will lift you up. When you have nothing, Elvis will empty his pocket just because of you. We have come to realize that he has played a very great role in our lives. We work together as a big family. In our home, you will not know who is who because we all blend into each other. That was the life we were taught from the beginning. I just want to say that Elvis, you have done so good for this family, so well for your children, so well for everyone in this family. Forever we shall remember you.
Host of the Super Morning Show, Kojo Youngson, spoke on behalf of the multimedia group.
I can't think of any industry or sector that employs more independent, stubborn minds than a newsroom. And the Joy newsroom is perhaps the best example of this. It does not take ordinary humans to run the Joy newsroom. To run it successfully, you need to be not just extraordinary, but you need to be extraordinarily blessed. And God gave us exactly that person in Elvis Koku. I think it's important that as part of our culture, we recognize the lives of the departed 1 year after they leave us, because 1 year is a very suitable period of time to measure the difference in your life since your loved one departed. I have no doubt that just as my colleagues and I are measuring the millions of ways in which life has been split into two, time with Elvis and time after Elvis, I'm sure his beloved wife Cynthia and children, I'm sure his fraternity in the church, and all the people in the different spheres whose lives he has not just touched but elevated, are all measuring what 1 year without Elvis really means. And that's what I would like to invite us all to do in the next quiet moments. Just measure that 1 year. The beauty of it is that Elvis was a gift that kept on giving. And even after his departure, we still continue to benefit from his amazing legacy.
A true leader is one that leads from behind and passes on his skills to his team, and that's exactly what Elvis did for the Church of Pentecost English Assembly, Mataiko.
Elvis has been a great asset to us. He's been a blessing and has done a lot to impact the church. He was one person that we all looked up to. He had an enviable character which all of us loved to emulate. He was a great person amongst us. He led the church as a great leader. When the English Assembly was formed, he had the mandate to groom leaders, and he had 45 people to do that. And by the time he left, he had 200 members, and he had groomed many to become ministers and serving in different capacities in the church. Next year will be 10 years when the English Assembly was formed. And we owe a lot of the formative years of English Assembly to Elvis and the structures that we see to his leadership. Elvis was caring, he was loving, he showed no partiality to anyone in the church. He always ensured that he calls first when he hears of any member in a challenge. And he makes sure that every support that the member needed, that person had that. However, we will be able to get that member to get out of that challenge. We will ensure that we do that.
We continue to celebrate the real daddy, the real friend, the real boss. Continue to fly high in the skies with the stars, Elvis, until we meet again.